So Citi has come out with a note on the India strategy and India economics and what is the pace of recovery coming in as well. Now, Citi does have their weekly narrow index recovery index, which indicates what is the recovery going on. So that index is surely showing that there is a continued improvement for the second fortnight of the June month as well. But the pace of recovery now, what we're seeing, has slowed down compared to the first half. As the initial tailwinds, they're saying that the main initial tailwinds of unlocking are abate already. So surely that is something, a slower recovery is what the narrow recovery index is showing. Now, furthermore, they're saying that in this note, that on an average, their narrow recovery index fell by 20% on a quarter-on-quarter basis in Q1 FY22 compared to 40% fall in Q1 FY21. So after the first wave. So reaffirming their view, this shows that relatively lower economic disruption is there this time. Last year, first wave, 40% was the fall. This time, 20%. So surely, that impact is not as much as what we saw last year after the first wave. Now, overall, other than that, they are saying that sequential contraction in the real GDP in Q1 FY22 might be even lower. Lower relative to Q1 FY21, as a relationship between mobility indicators and the real growth GDP. So that is something that we should be watching out for as well. Plus, the daily new COVID cases have fallen to a 3-month low as well. So that is something that we should watch out for. But the rate has risen for above 1 in the critical states, especially like Maharashtra and Kerala. So that is something we may have to watch out for. Now, activity is recovering, but at a slower pace. Like I mentioned before, other highlight is that rural consumer sentiment is falling, but the agriculture outlook still remains quite favorable, is what Citi has highlighted in its notes. Already, other than that, daily vaccination momentum has risen sharply, but will it sustain is something that we will have to keep an eye out on. And these are the key highlights that are coming in from Citi. Other than that, obviously the all India new COVID cases are surely falling, but the rate is rising, the RT is rising in few critical states like Maharashtra and Kerala. So surely let's keep an eye out on that, though. They have highlighted the narrow recovery index of Citi is surely showing signs of recovery. It's improving even in the second half of June, but at a slower pace as the tailwinds of unlocking are already abate.